Hi everybody, welcome to the Backpacking and Blisters channel. My name is Carl Mandrioli, and I pulled out this old North Face sleeping bag the other day. This is my very first sleeping bag when I first started going backpacking, and it got me thinking.
Hey guys, it's me, Carl, and I got this sleeping bag for my very first trip, and it's so light. It's only 4 pounds. Like, I couldn't imagine this getting any lighter. And also, it's North Face. You see it? North Face. North Face is the best brand out there.
We don't always bring the same things from year to year, from trip to trip, but especially early on, we learn a lot about what not to bring. And so thinking back to that first trip, I had some interesting things.
For water filtration, I got this Pure water filter. It's so reliable. It's probably gonna be around forever.
Pure ended up getting bought out by Katadyn a few years ago, and they still make those super heavy pump filters. I don't recommend those. So the one I'm going with this year is the Platypus, and it's got the little scoop bag right here. This is called the Quick Draw. I've only brought it on one trip so far, so I'm curious to see how it's gonna hold up as compared with the other filters, like the Be Free and like the Sawyer Squeeze. So we're gonna compare that this year, but a lot lighter, a lot faster, and thankfully not bringing that pump filter anymore. Thank goodness.
Got my toiletry bag, and I'm bringing deodorant, just in case there's a few cute gals on the trail.
Since that first trip, I've gotten married. I don't bring deodorant anymore.
This is the key to good sleep. It's 1/2-inch foam padding. It's like your bed at home.
1/2-inch foam padding, 1/2 inch, 3 inches now, and significantly lightweight. Let's be honest, back in the day, if you're bringing that 1/2-inch foam padding, you weren't getting any sleep. I know I wasn't.
This is my stove fuel. Not sure it's gonna be enough though, but it's only 2 or 3 pounds.
That fuel canister was a beast. Oh my goodness. We used to bring so much of that light gas, and we'd have so much of it left over at the end. So now I've got the small canister, I've got the pot. This is the Jetboil Stash. With the Jetboil Stash pot, I put inside, I put the lighter, I put the rubber cup, rubber bowl, and then I got the stash itself. And so the whole system, all told with the fuel, this is under 1 pound, and that beast of a container, what was that, like 2 or 3 pounds? Ridiculous.
Wool socks. No blisters here.
Socks, significantly smaller, significantly lighter weight, and I'm not getting blisters that look like this, like I did with those oversized socks back in the day. So my current go-to sock is the ExoSkin, and this has some woven copper in, which is meant to keep the stink out and keep the blisters at bay. The copper is more for the stink than the blisters, but yeah, the wool socks, form-fitting, not the big bulky ones that go up your calves, not for the summertime anyway.
Somebody gave this to me. Not sure what it does though, but pretty sure it's an arm sleeve.
Yeah, I still don't know what a shirt sleeve is for, at least not a $20 one, $30 one nowadays, so not bringing the buff.
I got this track camera, so at night I can see what wildlife there is, like deer, elk, bears even.
Still got the trap camera, but I'm looking more for Bigfoot nowadays, not so much the other animals. Had plenty of run-ins at this point.
Got the pot, I got the grabber. What could possibly go wrong?
Like I said, this is my pot grabber. I'm never gonna drop this thing. The pot grabber, I'm dropping that thing all the time. Things are spilling, never gonna
Mountain House freeze-dried food? This thing's yummy.
I actually still bring the freeze-dried food. I don't always bring Mountain House. These are okay. I'm more into the Peak Refuel nowadays, but Mountain House still makes some good stuff. Not the chili mac with beef. Not the chili mac with beef. So man, I think I've come a long way since that first trip. I'm excited for the year to come, and who knows what new things we'll be adding to our packs and lightening our loads and making our trips better than they already are.
I'm so excited for my first backpacking trip, and I'm getting this footage just in case there might be a future website or something that might host this video.
You know, we all grow and learn and experience new things over the years and take things out of our packs, put things in our packs, and just we get a lot of experience. We get a lot of wisdom. And my hope is not just for myself, but for you, is that you're doing that as well in your spiritual life. And so I've got a section from 1 Corinthians chapter 3 today, which talks specifically to that. The Corinthians were struggling, maturing in Christ. And Paul says, "But I, brothers, could not address you as a spiritual people, but as people of the flesh, as infants in Christ." He's talking to adults and he's calling them infants. "I fed you with milk, not solid food, for you were not ready for it. And even now you are not ready." And so these are people that I would call like the pew sitters. They're absorbing things, but not necessarily applying things to their life. Maybe they're showing up at church, maybe they're not, but they're just kind of floating a little bit. So we've all had that time in our life where we're floating and we're not digging in. And so if you're in that spot, I encourage you to dig into the Word, whether that's sitting down, reading on your own, getting involved in a Bible study, going back to the church, engaging, participating, volunteering. That's what I got. I'm hoping that for you. God bless you, everybody.